Hi everybody, how are you? We are going live in a few minutes, but we are live now, and that's what I should say. I think I say this every time that we're about to go live. I'm like, we are going live, but we're live already on YouTube, on TikTok, and we are live on Facebook as well. How was your day, your week? I mean, today is the eve of the, what is it? The eve of the weekend, right? So, how have you been? How is business? How is life? I hope both your life and your business is going well. I'm about to get on TikTok right now. So we're going to be talking about quite a few interesting things today. Let me see. I'll be right back. Wait right there for me. Let me put in some music.
I'm tired of career politicians. Full stop.
That's not music. That's something else. And there's so much noise going on around me. Give me 1 second and I'll be back, okay? I'll be back. 1 second. Every breath that I am. If you're just joining me for the first time, could you go ahead and share out the live stream? If you are joining me on TikTok, welcome. On Facebook, welcome. On YouTube, welcome. It is good to see you. And my name is Dr.B. I am the founder of Kind Touch Healthcare Services and also the founder of Vision Growers Consulting. Hello there, how are you? Jim Coded, I think that's what it says. Good to see you. Hey, Mary. Good to see you. Good afternoon, everybody. I had to put on the music to kind of like get myself into the Zen moment of it all, if you know what I'm talking about. I hope that you guys had a good week. It is already, what is this? Today's Thursday. The week goes by so fast. A.B. Monroe, good to see you. As I think she said, Ashoilan. Thank you, A.B. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming in like brushes. Good afternoon. Good to see you. Good to see you, everybody. Good to see all of you. If you're joining from Facebook, hello. And you're joining from TikTok or YouTube, hello there. How are y'all doing? Hello, AB. Thank you so much for the heart, me. I appreciate you. Help me share out the live stream. I'm going to try to share it out to a few people. So if you can, go ahead and share it out as well. And then we will start very soon. We have something interesting to talk about today. Because what happens sometimes is when something, hey, good to see you. Hi, Ray. Thank you, babe. Good to see you. again. When something interesting happens during the week, I like to come share it with you guys. And something interesting happened in the home care agency world. I don't know how many of you have been paying attention to all the things that are going on, but things are happening, things are going on, and you need to pay attention, especially if you are in the business, because this affects you. It does. It affects your business. That's why you have to pay attention. So one of my club members in the Deluxe Club reached out to me, and she was a little panicky. Hi, Winnie. Good to see you. And Heinz Bro, good to see you on YouTube. And so she was like, Dr. B, how does this news affect me? And I was like, wait a minute, because that morning I hadn't paid attention to it yet. So I went and looked. And I said, well, you are good. Some people may not be good, but she was good. So we're going to talk about what is happening. If you guys have heard about the fraud crackdown and all of that. So we're going to chat about that. And then thank you, Ray, for sharing out the live stream. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you are on TikTok, on YouTube or on Facebook, you can share the live stream too. You can invite other people to watch with us. Winnie, thank you for joining. I think I can't say your name, but thank you for joining from YouTube. And Heinz Bro, thank you for joining. And Delusia on TikTok, thank you for joining. So we're going to say a quick prayer and then we're going to go right into it. Rafe, I appreciate you for sharing out the live stream. Sharon, thank you for coming in. Come on in, everybody. Grab a seat. If you have not checked in with your heart meet, go ahead and do that. That's really for those on TikTok. There is a heart me right there that you can go in and grab, and that makes you part of our fan club. Tap the screen while you're in here. I'm going to give you some really good educational information that is practical that you can use for your home care agency if you already have an agency, and news that can help you if you are trying to get into the industry. Hey, Tatis, thank you for coming in. Fafa, I think, thank you for coming in. All right, Father God, we thank you so much this afternoon. Thank you for an opportunity to meet again. It is always so pleasant when we have this moment to be able to give out the right information to help people in order for them to reach their dreams, their business goals, and to build legacies and financial freedom for their families. God, I ask that in this moment you will be present here and be in charge of every conversation and every laughter and seriousness that goes on in this room in this moment. We thank you for your blessings throughout the week, and we know that you will continue to keep us safe. We give you all the glory in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Amen. Everybody say amen. Come on, wherever you're watching from, go ahead and say amen. Amen on YouTube. Amen on Facebook. Amen on TikTok. I'm going to have to decline that, Smooth Baby. I cannot have someone come up right now. Graceful Care, thank you. Amen. God bless you. Rev says amen and amen. Hi, Daisy, Yellow Rose. Everybody, welcome in. Welcome in. If this is your first time coming into my live stream, my name is Dr. B. And hi, Dr. B. Hey, beauty. How are you? Jody says amen. Thank you guys very much. Welcome into the room. I am the founder of a pediatric and adult home care agency in the state of Georgia. I've owned that for... Hi, Charlene! I have not seen you in so... Anyway, we're going to talk. I've been thinking about you, but I just, I know so much. Thank you so much, Tatis. I know so much is going on with everybody, and I know school and all of that for you, but it's so good to see you. Very, very, it blesses my heart to see you today. Thank you for coming in. So, Shelly Mac, good to see you. Good to see everybody. So I own a pediatric and adult home care agency in the state of Georgia. I've done that for over 11 years. Thank you. Thank you, Charlene. I appreciate that. I also am the owner and the founder of Vision Growers Consulting, which is an agency that helps other people start their home care agency. It's a consulting firm. And then I mentor and coach people through my Dr.B Deluxe Success Club. And now I have founded the Lunch Lab, which is really to help those who want to get into the business. I see my daughter. Hi, Real Days. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate it. So the Lunch Lab is for those people who want to start a home care agency, but they just fall short of having that financial, ability to pay a consultant $10,000-$20,000 to open. So with my educational cap on, I am a professor of nursing, and so I decided to create the Lunch Lab where I give people the tools that they need. It's really step by step from how you register your business with the Secretary of State so that you don't get to pay somebody else, because as you go through the step by step, the checklist and the process, you are learning the business. So they are going through it one by one. That's what the Lunch Lab is, while I am there to encourage and to give direction. Seta Kavidi, thank you for joining. And San, thank you for joining. Once Universal, thank you for the follow. So that's what the Lunch Lab is. People are coming in and they're getting the tools. And in that one place, you can get your policy manuals, policy and procedure. You can get all the stuff, the documents, the templates, everything to keep your agency compliance from the beginning. Okay. So it is on SKOOL. If you want to join, it's like for nothing, really. I want to say it's a service to humanity. That's how I'm going to call it. Sarah Kavidi, thank you. Thank you so much, Sir. Thank you. The link is right in my bio. It's $9 to gain access to the community. And the minute you come in, you go into the classroom and you get into the folder that has the resources, the free resources for your state. So the step by step, I have curated it in such a way. What I would have done if you paid me $10,000, that's what I charge. If you paid me $10,000, my staff and I, we would do a checklist that we follow. So I give you that checklist in the Lunch Lab, and then you follow it step by step. And when you have questions, you ask, I answer. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to be having a Q&A session with them. We call it a coffee hour. I'm going to pop up there and they're going to ask questions. I'm going to answer and kind of guide you as you fill out your application until you get approved. That way you're doing it yourself and you're learning. So I've already had 2 people graduate. We just started. And these 2 people, Lisa 237, thank you. Thank you for grabbing the heart me. Thank you. These 2 ladies came in and they came in hitting the ground up and they were done. And now they have moved over to my Deluxe Success Club where they're going to get coached and mentored as they start up their business. Beauty 01 say, I will sign up. Yes, I encourage everybody to sign up, honestly, for $9 versus $10,000, right? I'm popping up. You're sending me private messages. You're asking questions in the community. We're all kind of in there with you. And then, the only thing that you would buy is the policy and procedure and all those manuals in there, but is where it's like dirt cheap. I'm talking $97 and $297, $97 for, it's, yes, in there. I don't know why I do that. I think I do that because to whom much is given, much is expected. So if you want to sign up, Lisa, just go up here to my profile, click on that. And I'm going to show you guys in a minute. Let me flip the camera around. Hold on. Let me see how to flip this camera around. And I will show you what that looks like. Give me a second. So when you come in, I want to show you on TikTok first. Hold on. I just showed you the inside. And then we're going to start talking about what is happening in the news. For those of you on YouTube, I'm going to show this and then I'm going to show you guys as well. So when you go up here, if you're in here and you want to get in, so go to my profile, right? when you click on my head, literally my face, you go in here, you see that link that lights up, you click on that, it'll pop this up. When it pops up, you go down. This is if you want to join the Deluxe Success Club. The Deluxe Club is for people who already have a home care agency, but they just don't know what to do. A lot of people are stuck. They have the license, yet they can't get clients because they don't know how to market. They're paying money elsewhere, just hoping that somebody will send them the information. So that's what you get. The Deluxe Club is a full coaching and mentorship. If you want to join the Lunch Lab, here it is. You just click that, it brings you here, and it's $9. I'm telling you, right there, it's $9. You just click on that, and you get into the lab. If you want to join the Success Club, you click on that, and it brings you here, and you can join the Success Club. It's $199 a month. That's a more intense coaching. The Lunch Lab is for people starting up who are trying to open the agency, but the Success Club is for people who already have their agencies and now want to be coached. So if you're on YouTube or you're on Facebook, I'm going to take a moment and see if I can flip this camera and just show you a similar thing. On YouTube, you can just go to my profile too, and you will be able to find me. I don't know how to do that on here. The same thing on thank you, Diama. Thank you so much. The same thing on Facebook. You can just go on Facebook and you can find me there as well. And just go to the profile. You will see a link that takes you to the Dr.B Lunch Lab or to the Dr.B Deluxe Success Club, whichever one that you want to go to, okay? All right. So today I want to start off by talking about something that is going on. If you guys have heard, let's see, can I ask why not help individuals for free? Oh, yeah, you can ask because it's a business. Can I ask you, would you open your agency and provide services for free? I think not. It's a business. I paid almost $30,000 to start my business. And the cost of paying someone to do it for you is about $20,000. So I give you my time, I give you my energy, I give you a space for $9, and I'm helping you. And if you go out to buy the policy and procedure, you will probably pay $900 to $1,000 something to buy those. But I personalize it for you for $97. $497 is a bundle for the entire agency. That's it. So yes, you can ask, and and that's my answer. It's a business. Businesses are not done for free. If you open your agency and you do not charge anyone, you're not going to make money. Might as well not open, because then that's not business. All right. Thank you. So that's how business is meant to produce money. So I'm going to talk about what is happening today in the news. CMS Crackdown. A lot of people are opening agencies. That is the problem. And then they are not compliant because somebody, and I talk about this all the time, as you are coming in, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for submitting your inquiries. And thank you for grabbing the heart me. Thank you for tapping the screen. Thank you for sharing out the live stream. I do not take that for granted. I am so grateful. God bless you. So let's talk about why this live stream here is important. Aside from giving you the information for you to open, I also like to put out information that help people to stay compliant. Like this morning, or was it yesterday? Yesterday was the 13th. Yes, I think it was yesterday. The Center for Medicare Services, CMS.gov, put out a message that they are cracking down. The federal government is cracking down on Medicare, home health services, and hospice agencies. And in order for you to understand why that is important, you also, hi Stephanie, you also have to understand the difference between home health and home care and hospice. So if you're tracking with me, please say yes in the chat if you're getting what I'm saying. There is a difference. There is, when you hear people talk about home health agencies. Hi, Althea, I think. Beauty 001 says yes. Thank you if you're tracking. Thank you. I like to know that when I'm saying stuff that you're getting it, because there is no use getting together and then you're not gaining anything. Thank you. Thank you for that. So if you know the difference, if you heard a couple of months ago, I think there was a big crackdown in California where there was a bunch of agencies that were together. It was a hospice agency, and there was some fraudulent things going on. And I always say this, I rather make my money gently than for you to rush into something because somebody says there's a lot of money and then they don't give you the right direction. As a matter of fact, they teach you how to do things the wrong way. In essence, you commit fraud. Hi, Omotola, she said join. Congratulations. And the minute that you have done something that is outside of compliance, you have committed fraud. Because when they come for you, I don't mean to scare you, but I mean to scare you right. You got what I'm saying? I mean to give you the information for you to say, thank you, Althea. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I want to give you the information that will help you do the right thing. And that is what my Deluxe Success Club is. For people who come in and they're like, oh, I got this license, but what am I supposed to do? And for those in the Lunch Lab, I set it up in such a way that everything that you get there is something that will allow you to start off your agency the right way. Thank you, Charlene. I appreciate you. Thank you. So what happened today was that they have put a moratorium on Medicare provider application for 6 months because there is this big nationwide on, excuse me, I didn't put my, I think I did it right now. All right. So they're cracking down on people who are committing fraud. And we will talk about that later, of the things that are fraudulent, because sometimes people don't know. They're like, what did they do to be fraud? Some people think that they just kind of like wrote a check for a whole bunch of money and that's fraud. No. If you own an agency, thank you, Rev. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And Althea, thank you for reposting. If you own an agency and you are not doing things from documentation to your billing practices to a lot of little things that you would consider little, but as long as it is outside of the rules and regulations of your state government, you are probably committing fraud. And you don't know. And oftentimes when they come to audit you, ignorance does not excuse you from getting in trouble. So a lot of people are getting shut down. A lot of agencies, someone said the other day, oh, there's a saturation of agencies. And I said, but there's also a lot of them being shut down. And some of them just closing up because something is coming. Catherine, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you. Thank you guys for sharing out the live stream. And thank you for tapping. Tap the screen. I'm going to keep giving you information and communicate, engage with me and with each other. Thank you, Rev. I so appreciate that. Thank you for the perfume chosen one. Thank you for coming in. Okay, so when we talk about a home health agency, if you guys remember from all the stuff that we've done together, we're talking about High Destiny. We're talking about a skilled nursing agency. We're talking about those that provide therapy like PT, OT, speech therapy, all of those things. If you have a question, just go ahead and ask. If you don't get what I'm saying, say stop, and I'll stop and explain myself again. A Medicare certified agency. So The non-medical home care agency are the ones that we talk about here all the time. Those are the ones that provides companion personal care, and they provide services through the Medicaid waiver, not the Medicare, right? So there is Medicare, which is funded by the federal government. Thank you, Rick. And then there is Medicaid, which is mostly handled by the state, right? And non-medical home care agencies typically become Medicaid providers under the waiver program of their individual state. Did you get that? Did I lose somebody? If you got it, say got it. Can you type got it in there? If you got it, say got it, got it, got it. Go ahead. Hey, Deanna, thank you for joining again. If you just got the difference that I just explained between Medicare home health and the non-medical home care agencies. Companion, personal care, Medicaid waivers, private pay. When you say you are Medicaid, can you repeat it, please? Yes. When you are a Medicaid, a non-medical home care agency provider, you can apply to become a Medicaid CAID provider under the waiver program. Like states like Florida would have certain long-term care, like the passport waiver. Georgia would have the CCSP and Source, High Prophetess. They have different kinds of waiver program. Althea says, I structured my home care agency for private pay insurance only. Okay, that's another way, depending. Do you mind telling me which state you are in? So a lot of people would do just private pay. They don't want to do business with the government, because when you do Medicaid under the waiver, or you are coming in as a Medicare home health agency, which is a skilled agency, which is where the big problem is right now, then you're Ohio. Okay, I have a few clients. I have independent providers in Ohio, and I also have agency owners in Ohio as part of our club. Okay, good to see you and good to know. All right. Hey, is it Layla? Hi. So if you are a non-medical home care agency, you cannot take Medicare. You can, hey, Omotala says Maryland. And Graceful Heart says, I'm in the state of Florida. I do only private pay clients. Okay, a lot of people opt to do that. And we're going to talk about that too, if this, what is happening, affects you as well. Even though the big crackdown, again, is with, hi, Mimi. Our moderator is in the room. Mimi, good to see you. She says, so sorry I'm late. It's all right. It's all right. You hear the crack in my voice. I was sitting up till 5 a.m. this morning writing a policy for members of my lunch lab for the state of Florida. Hi, Betsy. Thank you. You just sent your first gift. Thank you for grabbing the heart, me. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. Hello. Thank you, Betsy. Leila said, have you already talked about CMS temporary hold on licensing? That's what we're talking about right now. So I was explaining who that affects. And so the CMS hold, which is the moratorium that has been placed in all of the state, it's going to be for 6 months. It's because they're cracking down on agencies that are committing fraud, that are doing things that are outside of the policies, the rules, and the regulations. They're non-compliant, and it's really on billing practices. Okay, so that's what this is about. AW, good to see you. Thank you for the follow, Yvette. So I did say this affects people with a skilled home health agency. The agencies that are providing PT, OT, STs, all the therapies, and they're providing nursing services, and they're providing, they're Medicare certified. But if you're a non-medical home care agency, you will not get certification through Medicare, but you can seek to become a provider under the Medicaid waiver of your state. And I did mention, like, Florida has a passport program, Georgia has several waiver programs, many different states, Ohio has DODD and different other things. Okay, so you can choose your niche and then you can go apply under that. Now, does this affect everybody? No. So basically what the CMS.gov, what has just been announced out of the White House. In fact, if you guys take time to research certain things for yourself so that you know, and always go to the right source. Esther Gal say, how about Seattle? Hi Esther. Every state has their own waiver program. I may not know all of it offhand and off my mind and just spit it out, but yes, you can do the same in any state that you can become a provider through your state waiver program if your services are non-medical. Okay, so what they're saying is this, that the moratorium is due to fraudulent activity. I'm reading from the CMS website, cms.gov. That's where you get most of your news like that. You're welcome, Esther. And so during that 6 month, what will happen is that CMS will intensify their targeted investigations. And listen to this and see if your state is among them. There are several states that they have highlighted, and my state is in there as one of the states with elevated fraud risk. That's Arizona, California, Georgia, Ohio, Nevada, and Texas. Those states are the ones that they have identified as having elevated risk for Medicare fraud. Now, let me explain to you what you would do, and it would be fraudulent. I'm going to break it down very simple like this. So let's say, for example, that you are a Medicare provider. So you're a provider, meaning your agency has been certified to receive Medicare money reimbursement for services that you provide to your clients. Let's assume that you were given 40 hours of services, right? A week for a particular client. And that happens. They get 40, 60, 80, depending on the need of that particular patient. And number one, you didn't provide, your staff didn't show up to provide the service and you billed for it. That is considered fraud because you didn't bill just because I've heard someone say, oh, they gave me 40 hours, so I'm going to bill 40. No. And besides, they didn't give it to you. They gave it to the clients, 40 hours that they could be serviced per week. So if you did not go to that house, yes, Althea said that is fraud. I think that's what we're going to keep saying. When I say something, we can type that is fraud. If it's not, we will say it is not fraud. I love that. So the hours belong to the clients. And if you did not send your nurses or your therapists or your caregivers into the home to provide that particular service, that is considered fraud. All right. Example number 2. And there's so many. I'm just going to give you some. Because when you hear it, and you don't know, you're thinking, oh, that person must have written a check, stole a lot of money. No, it's what they did or did not do. Althea says, and you must put in a note of missed visit. Absolutely. There must be a missed visit note if you did not go. And if you did not go, you cannot bill. So another thing is what she just talked about is documentation. Did you know that you can be fraudulent as a result of poor documentation or lack of documentation? All the nurses in the room, if it is not documented, it wasn't. Y'all remember what you were taught in school? What did they say in nursing school? There you go out there. She said, if graceful care, if it wasn't documented, it wasn't done. So you didn't do it, or you did the job. Diama said done. Yeah. Or you did the job. You went, you provided the services, but there is no documentation to show. Guess what? It wasn't done. You can speak about it till the cow come home. The client themselves could be like, I swear they came. Oh my God. And they were so good. Well, show me proof. If there is no proof, and there are certain elements that must be in that documentation. If it wasn't there and you go bill for it, it wasn't done because you didn't document it. So these are some of the things that will be constituted as fraud, right? Let me share another one. Another one is this. The hours that were approved for was for nursing. And you know how hard it is to hire nurses right now, LPNs, RNs. It is like pulling teeth because they're all on social media. They're all on social media. Nobody want to work anymore. I want to say I'm kidding, but I'm not, because it's a stressful job. And so she's laughing. Althea is laughing because you know what I mean. Thank you, babe. I appreciate the heart. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So they're all on here doing some click, 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 click. And it's hard to find them. So when you find them, take good care of them when you have good ones. So let's say that the hours approved was for a nurse to go do wound care. Nobody want to work hard no more, Lisa. I'm telling you, I don't know. I said I don't want to work. I want to be big man's wife and just hang at home. And my family and my sister is like, nah, I don't think so. You would get sick if you didn't go to work. And I probably would. But listen, this happened years ago. I came in contact with this when I just started my home care agency. There was a client that we had, and we were sharing that client with another agency. And so we went. I was actually the nurse who went in to do wound care. When I went in there, the client said to me, oh, okay, they were coming from another agency to us. She said to me, when I opened the wound and the wound looked terrible, the dressing pattern just wasn't the way it should have been. And you know, if you're a nurse and you're a wound care nurse, you understand, if you have experience in wound care, you know there's certain ways that you prep a wound and you wrap it, and you know, thank you, babe. And you follow the doctor's order. I love this corgi. Thank you. It's so cute. So I went in and I unwrapped the wound and I was like, what is this? This is an infection just waiting to happen. And as a matter of fact, she had an infection. So I asked her, I said, what were they doing? She said, oh, they were setting a CNA to do my wound. I was like, what? Who does that? Yep. I was like, why would they do that? And she said, well, that's who they had. And so I'm thinking, yes, no, you would say. But people get desperate when they start these agencies, especially if they open a skilled home care agency and they don't really have experience. They don't really understand what compliance is. And that's part of the thing I teach. I am so on that when I am with my club members. And that is why when I'm guiding the people in the lunch lab, I'm like, don't rush, just follow the steps. And I have prepared all these documents for you to make sure that you know exactly what you're doing, because you're opening it yourself. You're just having me as a guide, like your signpost, to say, go this way. Don't do that. They will disapprove. Go this way. Just to teach you the business, because when you understand the business from the beginning, it makes life so much easier. And you have to have integrity. Can we just say that? Integrity. Can you type integrity in there? Because not all money is good money. Thank you for the follow, Jovial. I appreciate you. Integrity is a big deal. Policies and procedures are vital. Althea says, yes, integrity. Can y'all, you're 51 people in this room. Can we just have 51 integrities? This is a big one, because no matter, thank you, integrity. What would you suggest for new agencies to do for skill agencies just starting? And we'll come to that. Integrity, the comeback nurse. Thank you for coming in. I will answer your question in a minute. So integrity is a big deal. And I think that is what gets people in trouble. You want to be able to sleep at night. Thank you, integrity. Comeback nurse says, thank you, you're welcome. Daisy, integrity. Integrity is the foundation. Thank you for saying that, Althea. Because if you don't have integrity, you will find yourself in a very risky situation that no one can rescue you from, and then your face will be plastered all over the news. I don't look good in orange suit. I don't know who looks good in it. Okay, orange is not the new blue or the new white or whatever they say. So, if you do something like that, you are putting your agency, your entire business at risk. Yes, the MS laughing. I don't look good in it. So these people sent someone who is not qualified to do a job that is out of their scope of services or practice. And then if something happens to that client, guess what happens to your agency? And so they do that. And yes, in your license, your agency's license. So they do that, and then you go bill. And then when they come to audit you, they find out that it was a CNA that was doing the job that an RN or an LPN was supposed to do. That, my people, is considered fraud. Let me answer the question that the comeback nurse just asked. What would you suggest for new agencies? Guys, tap the screen for me, please. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Tap and share it out. And also grab the heart me. Yes, it costs money. It's a penny. When you want to do business, you know, if you go to a conference, you do pay for the conference. Consider this your short conference. Grab a heart me. It's a penny, right? But anyway, and tap the screen. So for new agencies, that means that the comeback nurse just opened a skilled agency. What state are you in? I would like to know, because different states have different things, but then there is the general rule that is governed by the Medicare services. Have you applied for a Medicare provider license yet? That's another thing. So when you say, what would you suggest for new agencies to do for skilled agencies just starting? Let's put it this way. If you're a new agency, doesn't matter if you're skilled or unskilled, you got to build your foundation first. And that is what I teach in my Deluxe Success Club. I have videos. I have things that you can wake up. Yesterday, I woke up to see that a club member was in there. No, not yesterday. I didn't sleep yesterday. I was up and I saw somebody else that was up in the club. But day before, I woke up at 2:30 a.m. and a club member was in there watching the videos, just putting her files together. Because what I do is I give you the foundations that say the first 30 days after you get your license, these are the things that you need to follow. When you come in there's a foundational videos that you watch, how to put your files together. Because yes, someone may have opened it for you and then they give you all these documents. I've seen some people that come to me without any compliance templates, no document at all. And in the lunch lab, you get all of it. You get the whole thing. And so that you know what to do. In the club, I tell you, this is what you do. This is what you do first. Because I think people like, I'm sorry, your name is the comeback nurse. The first thing in your mind after you got that license was probably, how do I get clients? And you're not wrong, because that's what everybody thinks about. The minute everybody gets that license, hi, hello, oh, I just saw something on YouTube. I'm gonna keep going. I won't say anything. Hi to everybody on YouTube and Facebook. That didn't concern Homecare at all. But once you get your license, the first thing in your mind is, I need to get clients. I need to get clients. And when my client, South Carolina, the comeback nurse, South Carolina, she said, I just applied for my certificate. Wait, this thing oh my God, this thing just when you said something, okay, my certificate of need and awaiting approval. Okay, so you haven't been approved yet. But what I would do is I would go ahead and start putting my things together, because compliance is your biggest thing. Let's say that you got approved and you don't even know how to do your admissions. How should you admit clients? How should you even form and develop relationship with referral sources? What things do you need? What are the documents that you need first? And then with regards to employees, you don't know what you're supposed to do with hiring, what you're supposed to do with orientation. Your foundation is shaky. And if your foundation is shaky and God was so kind and you got a call for a client, guess what happened? Panic. You get into panic mode, because the way you present yourself, Claude, thank you. Claude M, thank you for joining. The way you present yourself to the referral sources and the clients will determine how your relationship goes from then on. And it will determine whether or not you're going to be successful. So my thing is always make sure that's a good plan to defer Medicare for a year. When people come to do a consultation with me and they say, should I go this way? I don't make the decisions for you, but I present the facts before you. And I say, well, having looked at this, if you don't have experience in the business, because even if you're a nurse, you're a physician, you're a PT, OT, CNA, whatever, you have been working in the business, in the clinical part or the caregiving part. But there is the business of the business. If you haven't worked on it, you need someone to guide you on how to do that. I've had someone come to me and she was losing $5,000 every period of reimbursement because she didn't understand the business of the business, what she was supposed to do. And she got approved. She was approved. Okay, you guys are communicating. I like that. Okay. And she was approved for Medicaid, but there are some things that happen with that type of an approval where you got to get money somewhere else. And she didn't do what she was supposed to do. Mambosa said, I just joined. I heard something about need. Can you? Ooh, I don't know how to go back. What? I said a lot of things about need, Mambas. I don't know. Was it somebody said maybe comeback nurse said something about a certificate of need. You know what that is. You got to prove that there is a need in that area before they will give you the license to operate. That's what that is. If that's what you heard. She was just mentioning that she is applying. She just submitted for a certificate of need in South Carolina. She's laughing. Yes, she just submitted and she's waiting for an approval. Remember, New York is one of the biggest places with that. Guys, can I please ask everybody for 3 favors? Number 1, tap the screen. Okay, 4 favors. Number 2, share out the live stream. Number 3, say something. And number 4, grab the heart me. Simple. Heart me, tap, share, say something. Okay. So if you're on TikTok, you don't need to do if you're on YouTube or Facebook, just share and communicate. If you have questions, I'm going to try my best to answer. Okay. So that's one of the things I would ask, and come back, nurse, tell me if I'm answering the question that you're asking. Yes, it is stressful, especially when you don't know. Nobody points you to the direction to say here. I think most people just talk about, come be a home care agency owner. There is money in it. Come open a home care agency. But once you get in, you will get a flutter of information coming at you, and no real step by step. And that is where I came in, or I come in now. That is, thank you, come back, nurse. I appreciate you. And that is where I'm like, in my mind, the way my mind works, the things that I didn't have over a decade ago when I started was that guidance. So I've set something up and I said, well, I'm going to guide people if you want to learn the business so that you don't put yourself in trouble. Stacy said, okay, I just LLC my business. The first part is done now and I'm looking for my private pay clients. Stacy, what state are you in? Because in many states, it's not just where you do an LLC and then you look for clients. That's what we're talking about. You got to set your foundation first. I would never recommend for anybody to just set an LLC and start taking clients. Someone, I don't remember who, and if you're here, you send me a DM and you said to me, I started doing caregiving as a private person for one person. And then I started bringing other people. And now I have a bunch of clients and she did not get a license in her state. That is a big no-no, because when they audit you, when they get you, you will be shut down. So you need to get compliant. Out of compliance means you didn't follow the step. So what I do in the lunch lab is there are states where you may not need a regulated license, where they're unregulated for non-medical. Like Massachusetts is unregulated for non-medical, but regulated for medical. So what I do is I give you the step-by-step of what you're supposed to do gently. Don't listen when people say, just go form an LLC and then you can start your business. It is not that cut and dry. Many states requires you to go through steps and background check and all of these things. So I put it together. $9 for you to get in the community. But when you get in everything in there, as far as those documents are free, except for policies and procedures and the compliance document.
So you go through those step by step, you check it off, you do stage 1 and you're like, Dr. B, I'm done with this one. And I'm like, go down to the next until you get compliant. Don't just get an LLC and then go open. Somebody say you don't need an LLC. Well, I don't know what that means, but an LLC is a limited liability corporation. If you're going to do a business, you can structure your business however, but you must register with your Secretary of State. You must register your business. You can do a nonprofit. You can do an LLC. You can do an incorporation. It's up to you how you want to structure. What structure? Talk to your accountant how you want to structure your business. Most people do an LLC, okay? But yes, you do need to register your business. And after you register your business, you need to go through the steps that your state requires you to go through. The MS says, I'm licensed for skilled and non-skilled, but because I'm a new agency, I choose to do only private. That is another way for you to go through to gain the experience. Because let me say something here. There was something let me look at my notes. I wanted to talk about the ripple effect of the CMS crackdown that is happening right now. Because, if you're in Ohio, if you're in Georgia, if you're in Texas, Illinois, some of these states that I mentioned, they're looking at you very well. April, thank you for sharing the live stream. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. There are ripple effects that happens when some group of people do something wrong. For example, let's talk about if you are in a regulated state. Thank you, Sado. I appreciate that heart. If you are in a regulated state, right? Regulated state means there are rules and regulations that govern your agency. So if you are in a regulated state, they're still coming to do surveys. It could be yearly. It could be every other year, whenever. It could be they just pop up on you because something happened or somebody said something, okay? I just saw something. Hi, Life with Lolly. K-Gap, good to see you. That's my people. That's the Deluxe Club people. Yes, Althea said you better have some sort of entity to protect yourself. And Mamba says, I got surveyed yesterday. I was dinged for alert media. Please talk about it. Mamba's alert media. What state are you in again? Hey, Care Gap. Good to see you. Because what you call an alert media could be your clock in and clock out. It could be your EVV. What state? I got to understand the state first. But okay, Texas, it's a new thing. And that's one of the things I was telling my club members. I say, always go to the rules and regulation. I look at it every so often because sometimes rules change, new things are coming, and nobody told you until they come to survey you, and then you got cited. But this is part of what I was talking about with the ripple effect. So the people who did the fraud thing did the fraud thing. The hospice, the home health agencies, they're cracking down on them. They're putting a snooze button on new providers. But the providers who already are Medicare certified can continue to provide services. But if you're new, if you're just opening a skilled agency and you want to go apply for the Medicare certification to become a provider, you cannot do that for the next 6 months. Frozen. Now, how does this affect you if you're just doing private pay? That's where I was going with this, because a lot of people like not Mambas, but Diama just said, I am approved for both, but I'm new, so I'm only doing private pay. It comes down to where it affects everybody. How? With documentation, because your state, whether you are Medicaid care provider or you are just doing private pay, as long as your state is regulated, you will get surveyed every now and then. And part of the things they will look at very good is your documentation, because your documentation is part of that whole process. Zebra, thank you for sharing the live stream. I appreciate you, because what you do is what you document. What you document is what you're billing. And that is in the rules and the regulations. So regardless of whether you want to do business with the government through Medicare or Medicaid, or you're just saying, nope, I'm going to do business one-on-one with my clients and let them pay me out of pocket, you are still going to be served. And because some people have done some things, it's affecting all of us. Therefore, what do you do? Okay, like the comeback nurse was saying, what would you say that new skilled agencies do? What I would say is be compliant. What I would say is don't rush. Stella the VA, thank you for the follow. What I would say, and this is what I teach the people that I mentor and coach, do not rush to go get clients. The AMA says, especially Maryland, it's all these places they're mentioning. California too, all of these places. So don't rush to go get clients. You know, you worked so hard. You invested money, especially if you paid a consultant. You paid a lot of money. But if you're in the lunch lab, you pay $9 and you got in and you got guidance. Yes, you got real guidance from somebody who's been doing this for years and teaching other people and doing it successfully. And then you got a policy and procedure manual that did not cost you head and a tail, but it is accurate. All right. So you got the license. Take a moment and enjoy that victory. Take a moment and say, thank you, Lord, for helping me get to this point. I've got this. Now, God, I need your wisdom as I am about to start this business. Literally, I'm so serious about that. Take a moment and thank God. And then begin the process of setting a foundation. Hey, Joy and Kiru, thank you for coming in. You are a long time watcher. Thank you for coming in. Guys, tap the screen. We are 54 living, beautiful, breathing people in this room. We should be able to tap to 50K or even 100. Please tap the screen. I really would appreciate the tap. Thank you for that, Rose. I appreciate you, the golden. Thank you so much, the golden hour. Thank you for reposting. Hey, Reggae is mine. Good to see you. Mimi, thank you for sharing out the live stream. Elthea, thank you for liking. Go ahead and tap the screen for me. And for those of you who are liking and sharing on YouTube and on Facebook, I appreciate you. You are not forgotten. I'm here. I'm here. Yes, I'm here. If you have questions, I'm trying to answer them as well. Okay. I'm navigating between Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. All right. So I would say thank God. After you thank God for giving you the opportunity to open this business, find a mentor. There is no business. And, don't go find someone who's also struggling. Because let me tell you a funny story. I had someone come to me and she said, well, I went to get help from somebody and the person is also new in the business. The person was just opening and both of them were just starting off. And I just kept listening. And then I said, so what did the person tell you? And it was like blind leading the blind. I kid you not. I was like, so what made you go to this person? And she said, well, they just said they knew what they were doing. And then when we sat down and we talked, by the third session that I had with her, I'm like, you need to run from this person because this person doesn't know what they're doing. Oh, Betty said, I wish you were here when I was licensed. I'm here now. I'm here now. There's so much to learn in the business. I was just telling my staff today, I said, we have a big partnership marketing event that's coming up in October. We start now. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you, Keisha 1. Thank you for becoming number 66 in the fan club. I appreciate you. Graceful K says, I wish I had you when I started. I'm here now. Betsy said, I was licensed for skilled Medicaid. I was credentialed with all of the MCO, paid the insurance. So you were licensed for Medicaid as a Medicaid provider. And when I do that for my people, I also credential them too. Hi, Kishap. Thank you. Oh, is it Kelshap 1? I think with the glasses, I still don't see well. No judgment. It's what it is. All right. So when I get my people, thank you, Jumo Kitty. It's a long name. Jumo Kitty Thripswear. I think you sell children's clothes. I got that from your name. Thank you for being number 67 in the fan club. So I was saying, when I do this, I'm answering Betsy, when I get my people, if I'm the one applying for Medicaid waiver for you, I go ahead and do the credentialing as well so that you can go do the CMOs or MCOs. But when someone does it for you, they better know how to teach you where to get from point A to point B, how you reach out to them, what you do with all of that. She said, I'm a nurse and knew how to take care of the clients, but did not know how to run the business. That is, you just made my point for me. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You know how to do the caregiving. You know how to do the clinical portion because that's what you've been doing, and there is nothing wrong with that. Now to transition from the hat of a nurse, a physician, as whatever you are, a caregiver, to a business owner. It takes a shift in your mindset. It takes someone teaching you. Let me tell you guys something. Aside from the fact that I'm a registered nurse, I have a bachelor's in nursing, a master's in nursing, a master's in healthcare management. I have a doctorate degree in healthcare management. I also had to go through the Goldman Sachs program. If you guys know anything about that, the 10,000 Small Business Program. It was a program with Bill Gates and, oh my Lord, what's the other guy's name? They formed this program. It was by invitation that I got in, but I enjoyed just sitting with people that were making millions and millions and billions of dollars to learn business. And then I was opportune to have someone who was a consultant for Microsoft. He did consulting with me on the business side. When we went through, at the time, we were struggling with our income, our revenue. We were stuck. We were like 500,000, 600. Then we struggled to 800. It was after that session and my mind shifted and I began to do things differently when we hit our first $1 million. It was because of that. I take what I learned and that is what I teach. And I also try to tell people these things don't happen overnight. I've been in business for over a decade. I bought the land for our company to where we're sitting on now. We own the property. We bought the land and we built this from scratch. It wasn't until 2020 we started the business. We've been in business for 11 years. This year is 11 years. So if don't be taken in. I say this one. I have nothing against what people say on social media. In fact, when I post a video for people, for business people on my TikTok account, I see somebody coming. Somebody would respond to something and I can sense desperation. I don't want to respond. And then someone else. So don't ever let people feed off of your desperation, and don't be desperate for business, for anything. And then somebody will come in and I can tell it's either a bot, it's somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, and they will respond to them. And then they will then go say, yes, help me. Oh, don't do that. Because that's how you go get yourself in trouble. And after they've taken all your money, you're going to come back and you'll be like, oh my God, somebody took my money. That's because you did not do your due diligence. Always do your due diligence. Okay. Yeah, I'm so sorry that happened to all of you. Betsy, and then out there says, first 2 years I hired my administrator who had a business degree. Okay. They did apply for my NPI, but didn't exceed. That's the thing. When people say we do paperwork, a lot of people are just smart. Yes, give it to them. God gave them brains. They can follow through and do some sort of application for you. But then after that, they don't know the business. They don't know the business. And I think when someone asked me, why did I do the lunch lab? The lunch lab was born out of the desire to teach somebody how to walk the process gently on their own, save that first set of money. By the time you go through that entire application, you too can submit for somebody if you want. But what it would do is it teaches you the business. It allows you, while you're doing it, you're reading the rules, you're reading what they're saying on the fine line on that application, and you're like, oh, I'm not supposed to do this. Oh, but if somebody else is submitting it for you, when they finish, they just hand you a license, and then you're celebrating, you're calling people, you're like, yeah, I got a license. If it is someone who is not going to teach you or mentor you, you're lost. And that's where I get a lot of people come to my deluxe club, because they're like, well, now I need to really put this thing together. And you should spend money on mentorship. I kid you not. It is worth it. It is worth it, but good mentorship. When you go to do that, find someone who has been doing this already successfully. Don't let people just sell you something. Anyway, I'm done preaching. Let's move on. Let's move on. So Betsy, how are you doing now? I hope and pray that you have been able to come out of all that. Okay? I hope and pray. If y'all want the coaching, if you want the mentoring, come up, come to the Deluxe Club. If there was a friend that joined the lunch lab and she already had a business, and I was like, you don't need to be here. Go out of here, because the Deluxe Club is really people who have gotten their licenses. That's where we really work on the business. Everything from how to build relationship with referral sources to how to even put your client's folder together, how to arrange a patient file in order to be compliant, how to do your HR stuff, because you are your first employee. You ought to know how to do these things. And imagine you hire all these people and one day they leave because somebody else gave them a penny more than you paid them, and they leave. What happens to your business? You've got to learn your business. And so that's what I teach in the Deluxe Club, so that you know how to operate your business. Betsy says she's been licensed since 2021 in the state of VA. I'm sorry that happened. It happens to many people. And now that we're here, if you really want to do the business, if you really want to learn again, sometimes things happen for us to learn. Sometimes things happen and we need to just get up again and put our feet in front of the other, because there is a blessing in the lessons, Yes, ma'am, I teach all of that. Listen, when I first started, I was the founder, the operator, the RN, the CNA or caregiver, the cleaner, the marketer, the liaison, you name it. Every title that was available in my book, I was it. My HR. So what did I do? I then began to teach the people I hired. It was one time that I did something that I think, who said it? Althea. Althea said she hired HR, somebody with experience, human resource director. It was one time that I did that. Somebody said they had a master's degree in HR. They know the job. Or twice I made that mistake. And when I go look at what they were doing, I was like, So I had to let the first one go. I let the second one go, because I'm like, I'm having to teach you the job and you're still not getting it. Hold on, I have to do this verification. I think it's been an hour. So I had to teach them, but I know all of the jobs of and I'm not just bragging. I know, because I invested myself. Can I shock you a little bit more? In fact, this is how much I did. I built my own website by myself the very first time that I started. It took me a while. Hi, thank you, Shiko. Thank you for that, Rose. Who gave me the rose? Deez. Thank you for the rose. Thank you. How do you join the club? It's right here. Dun, 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 dun. If you go up here, click on that, you will see my you will see the link. Click on it and it will take you right there. I was trying to see if I can flip the camera again. Thank you. I appreciate that, Chico. Thank you so much. So if you go up to my profile, when you get to my profile, you will find the link. Just click on that. It takes you in. You'll see a beautiful picture of mine. It's really me before I chop this hair, which I have peas by chopping. Anyway, let me show you. You will see it's not AI. It's really me. I promise you. You see my office. So when you go to my profile, you want to go right here, right there. You click on that. It opens up. Thank you, Ray, for that. Popular. You go in. And there's everything. If you want to book a 30 minutes consultation, you can. But if you want to go to Deluxe Club members get a one-on-one coaching weekly and on demand, and they can reach me in the classroom anytime they want. Deluxe Club members get everything. Let's just put it that way. We have a weekly office hour with everybody, and we also have I think it's the third Saturday of the month. So you will click here. If you want to join the Deluxe Club, you click there and it brings you here. And that's me again. And then you can get in. So let me just show you the community. So this is our community, and we've been talking. We had an office hour, and usually when it's recorded, so the video is in the vault where the members can go in and watch it, depending on what we talked about. This office hour, we discussed a lot of things, so it's in the vault. And then we have something that we call, thank you for that heart, me. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Daughter of Nazareth, thank you. So the classroom right here, let me see. Can you guys see? If you can see it, say yes. The Deluxe Club is $199 to join as a premium member. It's $350 as a VIP. Some of my VIP members, like, I file their claims for them so they don't have to pay somebody else. And I teach them how to do it so that it gets to a point where they will no longer need me. They can do it by themselves. I walk them through the business from the beginning. I have a lot of them that just came in and had no idea in different states. So I'm just giving you an example of the one in Ohio. We have members from everywhere. So when you get into the classroom, but the lunch lab is the one that is $9. You see all of these are videos you can watch it anytime, and it is a step-by-step. For example, let me see, when the foundations video, when you open it, it's me giving you a step-by-step instruction. Here's what you do and here is what you do, okay? And this is the lunch lab. The lunch lab is $9 for you to get in, and when you get in, the members also have access to the classroom. In the classroom, these are all different. This is the masterclass replay. And then you have your policies and procedure manuals. You have bundles. Look at the cost compared to all this. It's not really a course, it's instruction. It's like if you're sitting next to me and I say, okay, this week, this is what we're going to do. You're going to go here, you're going to do this. And then there's documents, there's templates to go with it. Check this off. This is who you go to market to this week. This is what you do. And people who follow it have results. You get clients, you get your agency working. So this one is the lunch lab where you can get your policies and procedures. And when you come in here, there's a free resource library and you have things. See, for instance, step-by-step application. This is the state of New Jersey. So there's different states in there. And this is the lunch lab. But the other one is this one here is the Deluxe Club. And in the Deluxe Club is so much different. You also have all kinds like intake form, everything that maybe you opened your agency, someone opened for you and they didn't give you all the stuff that you needed. I provided in here in the Deluxe Club. You don't have to pay extra once you get in. And so at your own pace, you can just say, okay, and I drip it so that you're not lost. You can say today, no, you don't pay for each of these separately. Once you are a member of the Deluxe Club, all of these things are at your fingertip. It is only the lunch lab because you pay $9 to get in and get all the other free directions. You pay for your policy and procedure. But everything else, once you get in here. So I have people who start off in the lunch lab. When they're finished and they've opened, they come to the Deluxe Club for their for coaching. So you can just say, today, I just want to learn. Let me see how I can start putting my client folder together. And there you have me. And I go through each document. For example, I go through the files, what folder you should buy, how you should put it together. Seriously, it's a hand holding. I don't know where else. I just don't know who else does that. So I'm just going to say yes. It's something that you're not going to get. So Nima, thank you. Thank you so much. It's something you're not going to get somewhere else. No, you don't. The $199 per month covers everything. You can do a one-on-one with me whenever you have that time and you need me, you can send me private messages. You communicate with the rest of the members of the community. People share information. In fact, members share clients. I market as well, and there's some clients that may be in your state and I don't that I don't. Where are you doing with the roses? Thank you, baby girl. You don't need to do that. You know that, right? And then I'm gonna pay for that. You give it to me, I pay for that. Oh, light brushes, my Facebook page. Let me show you. I think TikTok is where I have the most followers. But let me see. Let me go to my Facebook page and I'll show you right now. I'm kind of on there because I was trying to see if I can answer some questions on there as well. When you come in, it is Vision Growers. Yeah, that's my Facebook page. That's what you will see. And yes, it is not AI me. Thank you so much, Eve. It's real me. They made me doll up and take that photo. So it is really me that you see. But that's my Facebook page. And then my YouTube page is this one. If you guys want to follow me on there as well, that's my YouTube says Vision Consulting, just like my Facebook page. Okay. All right. Let me flip us back. Let me flip back. All right. So do I do marketing? I teach you how to. And I'm so glad you asked me that question, because let me tell you, which would you like better? You pay someone a whole bunch of money. They take your money. They take money from a couple of other people, and then they market, and then they throw you a bone, and they're like, yep, here, you got one this week. You maybe for the next month, you don't get any. Okay. Which one would you like? Or I say to you, come on, this is what you do. Today you do this. Tomorrow you do that. Next day you do this. And that's how you market to get client for yourself. Because guess who is the best marketer for your business? Can you all just play with me for a second? Who's the best marketer for your agency? Who can market your business better than anybody else? Lala says me. Graceful K says me. Yep. You. Care Gap says me. Yes, nobody else. And Care Gap is a member of our Deluxe Success Club. You. And if somebody else does it for you, every now and then they throw you a code number and they say, go fetch. You're going to just call those people, and they may like you, they may not like you. It may be that 10 other people are calling the same number. But when you develop a relationship with the referral source, if no one ever told you, let me just tell you, the home health care business or industry is driven by relationship. Relationship. If you break it, it affects your business. Can somebody just say relationship in here? I'm going to sound like, what is it? An inspirational speaker. Relationship. Relationship is a big deal. That is what drives the business. The people that you are paying to market. And listen, if you're a brand new agency, it is not easy for you to pay a dedicated marketer, because they're going to charge you like, the cheapest I would say is like $80,000 a year. It's to the uppermost of 100,000 marketers charge you. But if you know how to form those relationships, how to market, people throw the words marketing. First of all, who are you marketing to? Do you even know who you're marketing to? People just say, oh, my client is this person. Oftentimes, the person that you're taking care of is not your client, but that's a story for another day. Blended Super Baby say, hey, doctor, thanks for your teaching. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Mwah. Thanks for saying that. So you want to make sure that you know this thing for yourself. So I'm going to wrap it up because we're at the almost half an hour. And so we talked about what is happening with CMS. And yes, whether or not you do business with the government through Medicaid or Medicare, there is a ripple effect. You will still get surveyed by your state, even if you're doing private pay, if you are in a regulated state. The only thing that I would say is, if you're not in a regulated state, you still have to make sure that your business is in compliance, because you may have an issue one day with your employee, with the client. Somebody might play around and take you to court. You always have to think about that. And that's something I think someone answered that question here when somebody said, oh, you don't need an LLC. And I said, you need to register your business. And somebody said, who said that? I forgot. Said, Althea. I think Althea said, she said, you better have some kind of an entity to protect yourself. So with a business, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Graceful Heart said, thank you so much for your educational knowledge. You're welcome. So you better protect yourself one way or the other. Protect your investment. Your business is your investment. I worry so much for the people who, when they come to the place where maybe they should pay money to get the services like what I offer, they say, why don't you do it for free? And I think to myself, you're not running your business for free. Are you seeing clients for free? You are not. You went into business to make money, to make a profit, to build a legacy. Therefore, you're going to spend money. So I can lie to you and say you're not going to spend money, even to grab a heart meat. It's money because it's a penny, right? So if you don't want to spend money to make money, I don't know what to tell you, because the business registration is going to cost you money. The marketing stuff is going to cost you money. The table, the computer, the telephone, all of those things are called business expenses. So if someone came to you and said, nah, you don't have to pay money, I'll just give you all this for free, you better check out the source of information, and you better check out what they're giving you, if it is worth it, if there is value in it. Somebody can download anything and give it to you, but you want to make sure that it works. That if you go look at the rules and regulation, I spend time to go through. When I'm writing the policies, I'm picking up the rules and regulation of your state, and I lay it out and I write according to what they're looking for. So whatever you get from the lunch lab is according to the rules and regulations. There are some unregulated states. If your state is unregulated, I write a general policy that governs Homecare agency, and you get a handbook that governs running a business, and you better look at them. Don't invest in these things and just go sit down. It's like you open a business, you don't know how to put your business together. You don't know how to go out and market your business, and you hope that people will you're going to see people who don't know how to spend money the wrong places. You will go give somebody your money. Graceful Care says, say it again. Yes, I am. You will go give your money to the wrong people, and they tell you, go wait in your office. I'm going to be sending you clients. And then 3 months into it, you get no clients. And you're like, oh my God, they messed me up. No, I'm sorry. I have to tell you the truth. I love you enough to tell you the truth. They are not taking your money. You gave away your money, because when you see the place that you're supposed to invest to make the money, you say, oh no, I don't have money to do that, but I'm going to go to where somebody said I don't really have to pay. They're getting money from you one way or the other, because you're going to lose something. All right. So be diligent with your business. It's an investment. Invest well. Make sure that you're in compliance with the way you do documentation, your billing, your hiring policies, and, all kinds of things. Don't have poor oversight. Have quality improvement processes in place, and you're going to be okay. And don't try to make money quick. It takes time. You're going to learn and build it, and it takes time, okay? I want to take a moment and say thank you to Reverend, my hubby, Yvette Tinker Eve. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the blessings. Gina Beauty, Jamo Kiddies, Thrift Store, It's a Lot. Khadijah, Talk to ID, Light Brushes, Stella, Princess, Blender, Fine Boys Home Care. I love that Fine Boys Home Care Services. That's cute. Zeba, F. John, CUUL, Mary, Lady Boss, Mr. Coleman, Yvette, Wimberly, Tricia, Love, Audrey, Lisa, Chrissy, Jessica, Latrice, Nana, Tet Chat, Saren. Is it Saren? Tika and Hazy. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so very much for hanging with me today. Mimi, I want to say thank you. You know I love you. Thank you so much for being in here, for moderating for me. Thank you for always being there. Mimi brought me on here, literally. And I want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for tapping the screen. Thank you for, oh, thank you. Thank you. Where are you getting the money to do all this? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. Stella the VA say hi. I'm a home care agency in VA. That's, oh, congratulations. Care Gap, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to be back here on Thursday. If I can pop in before, then I do. But now I try to give a lot of my energy to the people in the lunch lab so that I can get them to success, and the people in my deluxe club so that they can succeed as well. So those two groups take a lot of my time. Thank you for the love, Care Gap. That's why I'm not here all the time, but I try to be here every Thursday. And I'm saying, when is your next conference? I haven't scheduled one yet, but Layla, come join us in the club, or otherwise see me here on Thursdays. It takes a lot to plan for those conferences. Graceful Care says, I was asking a question about labor department. I didn't see, maybe, this thing goes by fast. What was it you asked about the labor department? I didn't see it. Ask again, and then we can just answer that question, and then we're gone. Because I'm still at the office. I want to go home. I'm tired. You can hear it in my voice. Fine Boy says, thank you for loving my agency name. Yes, it just brings a smile. I can imagine it. Maybe you're a fine boy too. I'm going to say, yes, you are. Princess said, if you use your home address for your site to start over. These are questions that y'all need to join the lunch lab. $9, that's it. And you know that you get your questions answered, and you get all your stuff, and you're doing things the right way. Do they come to your house? If you use your home address for your site to start over. Wherever you give the state as your office address, that's where they're going to come. Yep, that's where they're going to come for your survey. So they better find you whatever address you use. Something from the labor department, it depends on your state, what they require you to do. Some state will require that you have something before you start paying people, because you're going to be submitting quarterly taxes. You're going to be, they may need you to get your account with the labor department, but your payroll company can help you with that. I joined and focused. Miss Jones, I am grateful for that. Graceful Care says, I'll join you soon. Princess said, when does the lunch start? I'm trying to be licensed, but it's already on. Did you not see the lunch lab? I'm going to show you one more time, just because your name is Princess. How about that? I'm going to show you, and then Princess, look at this. I'm going to start you from here. Thank you for the follow, Beauty, and CUUL. All right, so I'm going to flip the camera right here. Go to my profile. Go right here. Click on there. It brings you here to this beautiful face of mine, which is not an AI. It's really me before I cut my hair. And go down to where it says Homecare Lunch Lab. It is open 24/7. See, there are people in there. I think someone just joined while we were on here. It's $9 a month, and you join. So when you come in, I'm going to go through my own back door. Into the community, you start off here, you introduce yourself and say who you are, and yada, yada, yada. And you go in the classroom, you go to the free resource library. Everything here is free. You click on, you go find your states. If your state is not in there, because I'm adding as we're going, as soon as people come in, that is why you introduce yourself, so that we know where you're coming from, and we're going to go add your stuff. You get your step-by-step that you start working on with us helping you. $9, not 90, $9, $9. I don't know how else to say 9. Let me see. Oh, oops, go back here. If you go here, you see that? Do you see that? $9. $9. It's just $9. Okay? And you get all the stuff that I am talking about in there in the classroom. All these are the things you would buy when you're ready. The policies that you can choose to just buy just the policy manual alone. You can choose to just buy all of the compliance document. You can choose to buy the bundle, which has policy and procedures and all the documents that you need, from hiring to firing. Everything is in there. So you get a whole lot. These are things that are valued at like $1,200 that you're getting for $497. I bought this expensive when I first started. I paid a lot of money for it. So, and the cheapest policy and procedure I've found somewhere else that is not generic, state-based, specific is like $1,000 something. But you get it here for like $97. I'm sorry. So that is it. But the rest of the things are given to you once you go in. And I'm there. You see, if you see all these popping up, people are sending messages. Grace and I are answering, and we're, giving you the direction that you need. Okay? Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. I'm going to go drink coffee. I'm going to go home. I'm going to eat, and I'm going to go to sleep because tomorrow I have a survey prep I have to do. One of my club members is preparing for survey, so I got to go. When they're in the state, I go to their office and prep them. When they're out of state, we do it via Zoom. Okay? $497 is for the combo. When you get it, is only for those in the lunch lab. Outside, we don't sell it like that. It's more expensive. But in the lunch lab, when you're a member of the lunch lab, it is the lunch lab is $9. When you're in there, you get your policy and procedure manual. You get all the documents from operations to documentation, for clinicals, all of those things. The whole combo is $497 and it's state specific. Chosen. Thank you, Chosen to Win. Thank you so much. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for grabbing the heart me. I really appreciate you. God bless you. So that's that, ladies and gents. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. And I pray for you that God blesses your business. Integrity, big deal. Keep it at the front of everything you do. Rome wasn't built in a day. If you just got your license, don't go looking for client first. Go, thank God. Take a moment and say thank you for this opportunity, and then seek out some wisdom. Join the Deluxe Club. You can be there for 3 months, 2 months, however long that you feel that you've gotten what you need, and then you step aside. Some people are on there longer, and we do a real direct hand holding to help you get from where you are to where you need to be. And where you need to be is get clients, make money, build a legacy for yourself and your family. God bless you. Thank you. Layla says amen. Hi, Patricia. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you, Realtor Book. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody. Bye on Facebook. Bye on YouTube. Bye on TikTok. God bless you. See y'all soon.